It's Thursday night. It is April the 24th, 2025, and you are tuned in live in color to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show on Facebook and on YouTube, streaming live and in color. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show here live on Thursday night, and we welcome you wherever you're tuning us in from, whether it's your automobile, your car, your motorcycle, your airplane, your hang glider, or your parachute. We welcome you to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on this Thursday night. And I don't know about everybody, but I know over in our neck of the woods, we got one more good rain this afternoon. Hearing reports of 2.25 in the city limits of Colquitt, Georgia, here in 1.42 in the outskirts of Colquitt, Georgia. Hey, let us know. Tune in. Put in there and tell us how much rain, wherever you're located. Tell us how much rain you got. I had a neighbor up in Blakely called me, said he had a yard slam full of hail. Had a yard slam.
Don't need that.
It hailed at my house.
Yeah, Blakely, Georgia. And yeah, I heard that some people talking about it. It hailed in Colquitt too.
Hailed at my house. It did.
We're thankful for every drop that comes from above. Thank you, Lord. But hey, we're glad right now that you are joining us live here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show for our Thursday evening show, live and in color. Having no idea what we're going to be talking about tonight, but man, we're going to have a good time doing it. And we are live tonight in all four of our studios: Enterprise, Georgia; Thompsontown, Georgia; 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia. Queasel keeps kicking in and out here. I don't
know what it is. You going in and out, Queasel?
I think I'm gonna have to get me some new internet.
Oh, yeah, don't be. Anyway.
Oh, the subject got changed, right?
Oh,
go to a commercial.
Let's go to a commercial.
Inch and a half, Mayhaw. Yeah, had a lot of water and hail anywhere there. All right, but hey, and we're live at turn number 3 at the Old Rocky Speedway in Kinsey, Alabama, ladies and gentlemen. I got it right tonight.
You got it.
Live all across the great United States, foreign countries where it's legal and illegal, 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and loud and proud. And saw one of the county commissioners today of the great state of Baker County, Georgia. And it's right now time for the truth, nothing but the truth, things that you will only hear and see right here on Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sports Show. No other major news networks, no other social media outlets, and definitely no newspapers or magazines. You find out things that you can find out here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But be reminded, we are not for the faint of heart. We are not for the weak stomach. We are not for all widow women and children. And we are definitely not for those who do not subscribe to conservative Judeo-Christian common sense principalities. So if that is you and you fall into that category, you're going to be miserable for the next hour and 15 minutes. We are going to drive you absolutely crazy and going to run your blood pressure up. So go ahead and do us a favor. Turn the channel. But hey, for those of you that do subscribe to that, we welcome you to tonight's broadcast. You are our peeps, and we welcome you tonight. Guys, got a brand new big screen tonight, 109.674135 and 141.5 and a half in diameter.
Okay. What is that? Repeat that, Marvin. Yeah, one more time, please.
I'm going to tell you like you've told me before, that's immaterial, Marvin. That's immaterial, Marvin.
Done plowed that row, ain't you, Marvin?
We done hoed that road. We done hoed that
all the way to the end. All the way to the end.
All the way to the end of that road. But hey, look, we are live tonight at Creams.
Who?
We're live tonight at Creams. Cabbage in undergarments for female politicians in Colquitt, Georgia.
Yeah, I know him well. Y'all call me. I hook y'all up with him. Mercy.
If you've got a female politician that you want to send a pair of cabbage scented undergarments to, you check Cream out in Colquitt, Georgia.
I don't. We ain't got many female politicians in Colquitt. We got 2 or 3. We ain't got many.
No, I'm talking about.
Do not want no cabbage scented underwear. I promise you.
I'm talking about sending to those in Washington D.C.
Washington D.C. Oh yeah, there's a big market for them up there.
That's what.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they can get them and mail them to them for Christmas presents. And we had a female that run for governor in Georgia that probably could use a pair.
You better know it. Yeah, y'all do.
I don't know what size it would take, but I mean,
she probably gonna run again. I ain't gonna speak for Meemaw over here. I mean, we could go into that subject pretty well. But
I don't think she's gonna run again. I think they done kicked her to the curb. You think so? Oh yeah. She out of money. She out of money. She got $2 billion. She didn't get the check. Joe's check wasn't cash. They took it back. Joe's check wasn't cash. How about that? He wrote a worthless check. Trump took it back. I know he did. Yeah. I know he did. I bet you there was some squealing going on there. Ooh, what you talking about? Man, please.
Hey, you ever caught a baby pig and heard them squeal before?
Yes, sir. No, that's about a 400-pound shoot. Heavy rough. That's a 400-pound heavy rough right there.
But Granddaddy, you know what Doodle used to say? Big as a Cheshire hog.
Can I do a PSA right quick?
Go ahead.
Well, you been to the doctor?
No. I just want to say that these news TV stations with the news stuff and the way they put out stories. Yesterday, WSFA, one of the gray communication stations in the lovely town of Montgomery, Alabama, where you better have 2 guns, pistols, and a MAC-10 if you're going to go around the Southern Boulevard up there. They posted where, University of Alabama done invited and President Trump is accepted to come down and do the commencement. Ooh. you should have seen the results on their website as to the, and I don't want any of the ladies watching to get mad at me, but 99% of it was women.
Didn't want Trump to come.
Yes, sirree. But here's the thing I want to say. You got your own opinions, but you folks that were educated at Abilene Christian College out in Texas and moved to Tennessee, we don't give a rat's rear end what y'all think about Alabama, the University of Alabama, Donald Trump, or anything else. You probably got out of Texas because that place is going down the tubes out there. But all you folks that are commenting on that, if you look at it, 75% of them were from out of state, United Kingdom, and all these other places. And we don't give a rat's, I'll say it, ass, what you folks have to think about the state of Alabama or President Donald Trump. Thank you.
Well, Trump went to the Alabama-Auburn game, didn't he? And
Alabama-Georgia game.
Georgia game. Everybody's on their feet hollering and hooping and USA, USA. So let him go to Alabama. He'll do fine. He'll do well there. There'll be more folks for him than they are against him. Yeah.
But it's just amazing how these venomous Democrats are just jumping right in there on everything. But there's one thing I got to tell tonight. I might get in a lawsuit over this, but I don't give about that either. I saw a fella, heard him, I saw him on Facebook the other day saying, if you hate woke, you hate Jesus. If you hate Donald Trump, you hate Jesus. Why can't we all get together and love one another more at this time of the year?
Well, you know what?
Whoa, wait a minute. But you listen to the whole story. This same fella was a big businessman in Dothan, Alabama several years ago. He walked into another business where I and some other people, including the owner of that business, were standing around talking. And he was such a venomous Democrat back then. We're talking 15 plus years ago. He walked right by us and said, yeah, if y'all keep voting for them Republicans, you really going to get this country messed up even more. And you know what the funny thing is? He was saying that to a man whose daughter is now a United States Senator, Katie Britt.
Yeah. But you got
they were dumb then, they're dumb now.
You got to understand what woke is. I saw a definition of it today, and I read it down so I could remember. Here's what woke means. It is an adjective, and it means a state of awareness only achieved by those dumb enough to find injustice in everything except their own behavior. Is that not what woke is now? That's a perfect.
And they, but Charlie's right. I know some people that put on that said that woke is biblical. It's biblical.
Yes.
Floyd's got knows who I'm talking about on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know exactly.
I got a Bible right here. Hey, you show me where it says that in here, and I'll believe it. Till then, I'm gonna go with this.
Goocher's watching on my Facebook page. Wayne, hello. Tell us how much rain you got up there at Hentown. We're getting rainfall total. He just tuned in, so if you'll put on my page or the other page how much you got in Hentown. Miller County was blessed today. I sat there and watched it on radar, and it was something else. It covered the whole county pretty much.
Wholeheartedly. Hey, Queasel, how about doing this for me right here?
Yes, sir.
Tell them a little bit about our friends right here.
TK Bar and Grill. Listen, I tell you what, it's best place there is to eat. If you want a good, fresh, hot meal, you see where you go there, you don't go pick on a buffet that somebody else is warmed up and all that. You go there and you look on the menu, and you can look from the menu, or you can look at the daily specials that's on the menu, and you can order something like a grilled pork chop, and maybe some green beans and some fried okra or mashed taters or something like that. And you ain't getting something that has been warmed up or sitting in a pot of boiling water. When you order it, they cook it fresh. It might take a minute or two to get it, but let me tell you something. When it gets to you, it's hot. It's so hot you can't eat it. It is fresh. That pork chop is straight off the grill. I see Marvin's cabbage. He got him a special cabbage out there that they wrap it in bacon and they put it on the grill. When they bring it to him, steam's just coming off of it. I'm telling you, you don't get that kind of food anywhere else. They got the best hot wings in Colquitt. They got they're blackened and fried catfish. Nothing compares. Nothing compares. And don't forget, they're the home of the fabulous Floyd B. Lloyd home cut fries. You just get your order of them, and whatever you get them with, it just makes it that much better. You need to go down there. You need to see Haley. You need to tell her you heard about her on the Dirt Road Sports. Look at them specials they got. And if you ever go one time, I won't never have to tell you to go again because you'll be there over and over. If you can't go in and sit down and eat, 229-254-7850. Call her. Tell her what you want. Floyd tells you about it every week. Tell her what you want. She'll have it there when you get there. Pick it up and go home and eat it. It'd be just as good there as it was at the restaurant.
You told it all, Queasel, right there, brother.
That's it.
Look at that's a place I think that late like prayer meeting and all over with on Wednesday night. I think congregations congregate there.
We got them. Yeah,
they go in there and buy and feast. You know, it's like coming off of a fast when they go in there.
That's right.
The only thing that we got to work on out there is I got to figure out how to get out of church on Wednesday, let them out for the free will because they always in there before we get in there.
Well, you got to think about the mileage in between Flat Creek and the grill before you got to figure all that in.
Here's the difference. Us free willies, we pray every morning. We pray 2 or 3 times. We don't have to wait and try to pray it all up one time. We get our business done and we get on out there and we go eat supper. See, we don't try to make it all up. We pray every day. We don't just do it.
Y'all are. We had a thing sent out this week from the Southern Baptist Convention. The Pope died this week, and I know it ain't got nothing to do with the Catholic Church, but they fixing to select the new Pope, and they have to go through all that rigmarole. And they sent this in an email to all us Southern Baptist preachers.
Yes. And there has to be holy yard bird in the smoker for it to work.
They put smoke in the cabinets. They put smoke out. They burn paper. They put a smoke out. We put a pig on the grill when we pick a new preacher.
Y'all have him smoking. That's exactly correct right there.
They know the way to them Baptist preachers' heart, don't they, Floyd?
They know where I would have touched them at, them Baptist preachers. You better go right. They know where to get them. It ain't even laughing at that. She's saying that. She agrees with it 100%. I guarantee you.
Hey, there's truth in that now.
There's a lot of truth in that.
Yeah, we old time Baptists, me and her both here.
You got the pictures of the fishes and everything.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get to them right here. Queasel keeps jumping off. I don't know.
All I'm doing is sitting here, brother. I ain't doing nothing else but sitting. You the man in control.
I know it could be me. It could be.
Oh.
All right. I'm gonna put that one up first, right there.
That I guess one of the most asked about people in my association with everywhere I go is, I miss you and I miss Jack Wingate. That is Jack and I back. I've got the timeline on that. Floyd, you want to guess how many years ago that is?
That's going to be about, I'm going to say that's getting close to there about 35 years ago.
30. It is 30. Because there's another picture of that same weigh-in where I was weighing Josh and he was a baby when I was doing the weigh-in on the scale, weigh-in at Wingate's Lunker Lodge. It was a big, big bass tournament over there that day. And that's Jack and I carrying on some kind of foolishness. But one of the smartest men I ever knew.
Amen.
All right, let's go fishing. Y'all ready to go fishing?
Yes.
Left-hand part of your screen. Those are the north side of Lake Eufaula. Some fine bluegill being caught. Still shell cracker. Look at those coming off of Lake Seminole. And I think there's a couple of more in there. Yeah. Some more nice That's either
that's a bunch of red belly at one time.
Yeah.
You see
they're
them
biting.
Them brim right there, they ain't nothing no prettier than one of them brim painted up like that.
Exactly. And I think is there one more picture? That's Coach Griffin. Look at him, Floyd. They had to fire up the mutilator because of all those bluegill you saw in the first picture.
Yeah,
but
let's go back and look at that is a pretty doggone fish.
That's right. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and then there's some right there too.
Those on the left, believe it or not, those are off of the north. Those are off of Lake Eufaula.
Shell crackers off of
Seminole.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wasn't there a few? There's a few shell cracker in that, aren't there?
There's about 3 or 4 in there, and folks catching a bunch. Those were. I'm thinking those might have been Seminole, or they're either Seminole or Weewa Hitchcock. Somewhere down Dead Lake, somewhere down in there. Yeah, I forget.
That's a big one right there in the corner.
Oh yeah, that's that one in the bottom on the left.
Yeah,
that's what you call a true hand paint brim. But folks are catching a lot of fish right now.
Man, you get one like that, all you gotta do is pick that pole up and just let him swim round in a circle till he ain't got another breath left in him. He'll just swim round, just hold him up.
Coach Griffin and Coach Hicks, and by the way, hello to Mr. Adams up there, guide on Lake Eufaula, watching us right now. But they said some of those brim that they had in that first picture on the left, even though they weren't just huge, they were good size. Queasel, they said it was a new experience for them. Hadn't had done this in a while. So they did what you said do. But said that daggum things was so strong they had to get the other hand in there to turn him back the other way. So that's some sporty fish there.
It's fun catching them on the reel, then throwing out and pulling them back in. But they ain't nothing like pulling up that pole and just letting them sit there and swim round and round. Just hold on to it. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. If a shell cracker grew as big as a bass did, you'd have to have a record to get him in the boat. You couldn't put him in the boat with no reel.
I agree.
Ain't no way. You'd have a record to put him in the boat. Them the pullingest things I've seen in my life.
3/4 to 1.5 inches scattered from the county line to the rock mine, according to Goocher.
Okay.
That sounds like a good song right there. He rhyming. Might go to
ride the song. Right up 27, Highway 27 went on up there. Goocher got some good ride. I'm glad it did. Yeah, all these other guys have got a good ride. That was a blessing that just slipped up on us right there.
Well, that's what Gucci said on my page. Thank God for this evening's blessing.
Amen.
Got him.
Hey, Floyd, if you will, tell them about Carl Chrisman.
Oh, yeah, old Carl. He's our old buddy. Been watching us for a long time. Yeah, and a lot of people that watch this program, especially over there around the Panhandle, down there around Bascom, where you don't have to ask them, Florida, down around Malone and Mariana and Campbellton and all in that area. Y'all know Carl. You know Carl, and ain't a harder working man in the United States of America than Carl Chrisman. He'll help you with your cattle any way that you need it. He said this is an old card, 40 years experience. He's got more like about 50 or 55 years of experience he's got now working with cattle, portable corrals, shoe cattle hauling, practical cattle event work. That means he'll come out there and help you work your cows. And he told me, he said, I'll come out there. He said, I got some lights. We'll get some lights. He said, if it's too hot in the summertime to be working, I said, we'll work them late in the afternoon, about dark, while it's a little bit cooler, and they won't be going through all that old stress during the heat of the day when you have to go out there and work them little bull calves and get them fixed up. But he can help you with anything if you got in the cattle business. If you're a cattleman around in this part of the country and in this part of the world, you want somebody that'll work hard for you, that knows what he's doing. It's going to be fair when he hands you the bill. Y'all talk to Carl. Give him a call right there. There's his cell phone number. There's his other number. But call him on his cell phone number right there, 850-557-3764. He's down there in Bascom, Florida, and he says he's down there where the Georgia, Florida, and Alabama line combined, where they kind of mix together. So he is a true what do you call it? He's a wiregrass man down there. Sowega man.
He's a tri-state man. He's a real tri-state.
100% tri-state. Y'all give Carl a call. Y'all know it. If you need his number or anything, call me. I'll put you in touch with him. But he's a good man, a hard-working man, and treats you fair.
Hey, guys, I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but here is an ad that came out this week, or actually an article. The United Kingdom government is poised to approve experiments that seek ways to dim sunlight and deflect it away to fight the runaway climate change.
Mm-hmm.
I know Al Gore and John Kerry got to be involved in this.
Somehow or another, yes.
They got to be involved, because if there's money involved in any of that climate change racket deal, that snake oil, they're gonna be there. I saw Al Gore. He popped up the other day. Saw him. Hadn't seen him in a long time, but I saw him the other day. I said, "Where has that dinosaur been?" But there he was, talking about the climate change. Everybody's going to be dead within 5 years. We don't cut off the air conditioning and do all that stuff. But that's where we are with it. But they're going to dim the sunlight. Have they? No, there's no need me asking that question. There's no need in arguing with them either. Because I've got a little statement here about arguing. Me and Marvin and Charlie and Queasel have had about trying to argue with lunatics.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one right. This is it, right? I saw this on Facebook this afternoon. That before you argue with someone, ask yourself this question: is that person even mentally mature enough to grasp the concept of a different perspective? Because if not, there's absolutely no point in arguing with that person.
That's right.
So breaking it down in South Georgia style, never argue with a lunatic or an idiot, because when the argument is over with, they still gonna be a lunatic and be an idiot.
We've talked on this show many times. There's two things you can't do. You can't fix ugly, and you can't fix stupid. You can't do it. You can.
And facts mean nothing. But I'd like to know who. I got somebody. It had to be Al Gore and John Kerry had to be involved somewhere in this deal.
And there's some money.
Because they money in the government. Hey man, it's the UK.
This is probably they probably introduced them to a special type of mirror that reflects more heat than a normal situation would. They'll probably get some money off that.
Well, some of them stupid Democrats, I think even like in California somewhere, they were going to mandate that everybody paint their roof white, going to reflect the sunlight back towards the humans. Well, looks to me like that create more heat, man. I mean, I'm confused here. Global heat. When you reflect sunlight back, it gets hotter. And I'm missing something here with that. With theory.
Do you think that's the same people what figured out that you could take these big old bombs and drop them on the right off the beach before the hurricane gets in and stop the hurricane from hitting the United States while you blow everything up with the bomb you dropped? Is that the same people?
But the end result it's not. That's not the ends justify the means. It don't matter how it ends. As long as we get it done, that's all.
Yeah, but what was that stupid congressman said if we took any more people to Haiti, it might tip over?
That was Guam. That was a congressman from Georgia, Hank Johnson from Georgia. Take no more people on Guam because the island would tip over, y'all. You Democrats, y'all vote for people like that?
You could look at him though and say something wasn't right.
You gonna vote for somebody who says an island is going to tip over because too many people are on it? Where do these people come from? Oh, I know where they come from. I can tell you exactly where they come from. I pointed out on the map where they come from. I'm not going to do it on the air, but when we all get together and have a conversation.
Well, listen, here's the newest one that just came out. RFK is wanting to ban dyes in food and drink. And here's Elizabeth Warren and see.
Drink it, baby, drink it. Go ahead. Chug it, OC. AOC.
They gonna learn RFK something.
Yeah. They're gonna drink them some dye. Oh my Lord, how
Pocahontas and whoever.
Hey, that's two poster child for being woke right there.
Poster child get no better. For the reopening of insane asylums.
You're right. As Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana said about AOC, she are the reason they put instructions on a bottle of shampoo.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something though. Mark my words, she's gonna run against Chuck Schumer, and
I hope she does. I hope she does. Yeah. Chuck he helped create AOC.
He did.
He did. He helped create her. Yeah. So run against him. Hey, let him fight it out, man. Y'all duke it out. Yeah.
She's a darling.
I hope she whoops him. Because she cannot be no more stupid than Chuck Schumer, or no bigger or no more vile person than Chuck Schumer is. She can't top it. Ain't no way.
That's right. I agree. Hey, Charlie, tell them about Sawega Meat Company.
Want to know where what you put on the family table comes from? Go to Sawega Meat Company over in Colquitt, between Colquitt and Blakely, and in Headland, Alabama. Locally produced beef. They make their own sausage. They do pan sausage, smoked sausage, all kind of gift ideas, all kind of rubs for your steak, for your any type of meat you can think of. They got great smoked pork chops in there, folks. And as we said, when it comes to the beef, a lot of it locally produced, and they'll cut that steak any size you want, whether it's a ribeye, whether it's a filet, New York strip, T-bone, whatever the case may be. They also have great high quality prime ground beef. Check them out. If you haven't been, go, because you'll find out and you'll see the difference in what you buy at Sawega Meats and what you might buy at your grocery store. It's a step above. It's at Sawega, and there's 2 locations to serve you here: Headland, Alabama on 431 and on US 27 between Blakely and Colquitt, Georgia. See them this week for some great quality food. At the Headland location, working cow dairy products are on sale there, as well as a lot of casserole dishes. You can just figure out what you're going to eat all week long at one place. Great food, great people, Sawega Meat.
Guys, got another news article here. Now, this one kind of upset me a little bit here. Drag queen group mocks Jesus and Christianity in Easter show marketed to children.
Where was this?
San Francisco.
Oh, no.
I saw it. Let them mock.
They coming. Yeah. Coming. The book says that. They be mocked.
It said every knee is gonna bow, and then they're gonna have to answer that question. Why did you do it?
Listen to this. A San Francisco drag queen group called the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
That's the
self-professed order of queer and trans nuns is sparking controversy in the days leading up to their annual transgender Easter event. This year's event, which is called No Easter Without the T, is meant to honor transgenderism and features a child's Easter egg hunt and a costume contest. Hang on, let me get Queasel back. An egg hunt and a costume contest encouraging, listen to this, attendees to come dressed in drag as Hunky Jesus and Foxy Mary.
Hey, it ain't nothing. It ain't.
Go have at it. Y'all knock yourself out. Go ahead. Have at it.
Do you remember we talked last week? Do you remember what they were saying about Jesus before they took him out to hang him on the cross? It's just coming back around. So this time,
there ain't nothing different. It ain't nothing. It's just.
Well, there's gonna be a little bit of something different this time. He ain't coming on no cross this time.
No, when he coming, he's gonna be. He ain't gonna be suffering when he comes this time.
That's exactly right.
And they talk about the environmental heating and everything. They ain't seen nothing yet. What they gonna blame? What they gonna blame hell on? I mean, is that gonna be global warming too?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah.
Whatever makes no sense, that's what they into.
They had a.
Listen at this, Floyd. It said using CNN to support your arguments is like saying you're a marine biologist because you watch SpongeBob.
They had a demonstration at the corner of the courthouse this week in Dothan, Alabama. Yeah.
They had what?
That demonstration. That folks out there with the sign. Oh, they were everything against Trump, of course. And one girl said, "This is not Republican, Democrat. This is concerned citizens." That girl was right. It ain't Republican, Democrat. It's good versus evil. And it showed. I felt sorry for some of those folks the way they looked. There was one girl, I think. I'm not sure. She had pretty purplish looking hair. And there was nothing attractive maybe about her but the color of the hair if it was on something else. But that sign, my body, my choice.
Yeah.
First thing I thought of, honey, if you can find somebody to go with you be doing good to have to make a choice of any kind. I mean, it's just, it's sad. But that's what was down there. Now, that's probably about 25, 30 of them. They said they're going to do it again.
They're going to keep doing it. They don't have anything else to do. They don't work. They have no job. And apparently they don't have a family or anything. You don't have to see after. They don't have anybody, that needs them, or they don't have anybody depending on them to do nothing. So they just exist. That's all they do. They just exist.
Well, I read an article the other day. Did y'all read it where George Soros' son was getting ticked off at all of their activists because all they were doing there was hollering about Palestine? Did y'all read that article?
I didn't read that.
He said they putting their money into him and all they want to do is walk around and holler about Palestine. So they getting a little tired of it. The son is. I don't know about the old man, but the son is.
They got more money. The whole Soros bunch. They need to be marched off in handcuffs. They're criminals. They're international criminals. All of them. Financial criminals.
Yep, you're right. Hey, Queasel, do me a favor. Tell them about our good friend.
Well, he I don't know what else to tell y'all about him. I mean, they got him on retainer up in D.C. He's on retainer there. But I think the biggest compliment you could give the man to show you how confident he is in his ability as a lawyer, he represents the dirt road sports. And if he's brave enough to represent us, he can get you out of whatever you get in. It don't make no difference what it is. If you need a divorce, he's your man. If you got a DUI, he can handle it. If you need a land deal done, if you need a will done, whatever your lawyer needs, he is a one-stop shop. Shingler Law, 229-524-1225. That's the number you need to remember because you don't need him till you need him, but when you need him, you really need him. So you need to give him a call. You need to call him and have him in your quick speed dial. Billy Shingler, Shingler Law. He ain't the best lawyer in the world. He's just the best one anybody's ever seen. 524-1225.
Best one anybody's ever seen. I like that one.
Yeah, I never said. I ain't gonna tell you the best. He's the best one anybody ever seen.
I see.
And his headquarters is in Donaldsonville, but he's worldwide. I mean, he's international.
Oh, he's mobile. He's mobile.
He got a mobile phone. He got a fax machine. Whatever you need, he got it.
I bet I know where he'll be this weekend, Floyd, operating.
Where's that?
He'll set up a booth up there at Talladega where he can bail all them drunks out of jail up there. Everybody gets in trouble. He'll have a remote location up there, and buddy, he'll be doing some kind of business.
Man,
I don't know how. I don't know how it is now back, but when car racing was car racing, and we used to go to Talladega, if you could think about it, you could see it there. I promise you. But
the infield had it.
There was nothing woke nowhere near that racetrack. I promise you, there was nothing woke.
No.
Nothing. Matter of fact, I dare them to go up there. I dare them to go up there because you go down that 4-lane road and you turn right there in front of the NASCAR museum and go. Raymond Holt Jr. named it Rat Road. You turn down that road and go down Rat Road. Ain't nothing woke on there. No sirree.
That'd be like inviting these little Dixie darlings down here in Dothan, two or three gangs they got to go be special guests at Thunder Beach coming up in May. That'd be a good thing to do too.
Ooh, man, I could tell y'all some stories about Talladega, Alabama. They were two old fellas from over in Alabama that had them 2 school buses. And you know that on them school buses, at the car races, they have them stages, them platforms up on the top, they sit up there on the infield and watch the car race. Well, on Thursday night, before they open up the infield on Friday.
See, the Lord done muted him, if you will.
He was fixing to confess. He was fixing to confess of his sins from years ago.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna tell it now.
The last thing we heard from you was school bus with the deck on top, and the Lord muted you for your own good.
That's right.
We were just waiting to see what name brand beer and wine was on top of that thing. It's always waiting on.
Listen, what was on top of that didn't have nothing to do with no beer and wine. I ain't said it. Marvin cut me off. I ain't telling the rest of the story. I don't know why he won't let me be on the show tonight.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, what is it then? I'm just setting him.
I have no idea. I'm talking to customer service right now, trying to find out why you keep toggling off and nobody else does.
But Talladega, Alabama, I don't know how it is now. Because back then, they didn't apologize if they wrecked you. And you didn't have to go to anger management if you run somebody in the wall in racing. But, you do now. You had to go take anger management. And they give you some medicine and all that kind of stuff now before you can go race again. So,
it's a tough place to be.
Unless you're Bubba Wallace and then you exempt.
Yeah.
Exempt. Bubba Wallace is exempt. He's full-blood exempt.
Then you find a noose in your garage stall at Talladega.
Yeah. Pool, garage door pool.
I don't even believe that. I don't even believe that story ever happened.
It didn't.
I don't believe that no more than I believe it landed on the moon.
Yeah, you're right.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
I just don't. But that's me. I used to like car racing.
If you don't see a wild car race, go to Phoenix City on Saturday night. Right. You'll see something.
What's that? What they do down there in Pensacola down there? We should go
Snowball Derby. Snowball Derby.
What's the name of that racetrack? Five Flags or something like
that?
Five
Flags.
Man, yes. They could race. Woo. Oh, the best racetrack I ever been to in my life was at it was Golden Gate Speedway in Tampa, Florida. That's the first racetrack I ever went to.
You know who used to own Golden Gate Speedway? My old partner in wrestling commentary, Gordon Soley, was half owner in Golden Gate Speedway.
Really?
Back in the day.
And Ruderman brothers used to race down there, Buzzy and Wayne Ruderman. And man, you talk about so they suck all when they come through there with them old super modified with fuel injected Chevrolet engines, then they come out, they suck all the wind out of your body when they come through.
That's getting it there.
It'll suck the mustard right off your corn dog too.
Right off your corn dog. That's what happened to Marvin.
That's what happened to Marvin. Yes,
sir. Mustard off of him, got all on his Western shirt there.
Everywhere.
The Chase idiot, and that Marvin was a mustard running down one side of his shirt, and pick up on the other side.
That's right. Hey, I got an email the other day. I got a call. No joke. I got a call the other day from somebody up in North Georgia that said that the dirt road force need to go find Chase and give him a little pep talk because he ain't doing too good. We need to go get him. We need to go get him.
Doing that day over in Ark.
Yeah, and I think
got him going.
And that was a good talk. That was a good talk, y'all gave.
We told him exactly what he had to do, what he needed to do, and he listened. And he started winning races, but then he done got too big for us now.
Well, the Dawsonville connection is on the show tonight, so maybe he'll pass word on to him that we want to have a little talk with him.
You know, the most memorable thing about that race to me, that was my first car race, and I had gone in the porta potty, and I'd done eat my corn dog, and I had me it was a boiled corn on the cob on a stick, and I was sitting in there, so I was trying to pass the time, and I was eating it.
No, you weren't trying to pass the time.
Eating the corn dog. Eating the corn dog in a porta potty.
No, this was my corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob, that's right.
When them vehicles crunk up and they come by and shook that thing, I built the whole end of that cob, corn, and everything.
He ain't lying about that.
Ain't nothing but the truth on this right here.
I got a question, Marvin. How many that was your first car race, right?
That was Marvin's, yeah.
How many have you been to since then?
None.
Not there. Zero.
That broke him up. If Marvin goes somewhere, he gets so nervous he can't eat. He goes.
The main thing, Marvin, they're gonna find out first. First thing he's gonna find two things to start with. First thing he's gonna find out what a concession stand is, then he's gonna find out what a porta potty is.
That's it.
Two things.
I am not. They teach you like Queensland Emergency Services. You be looking for an exit. I ain't worried about no exit. I'm worried about a concession stand and a toilet.
That's it. That's right. That's it.
And wherever you find the concession stand,
exit, you can find your way out, man. You leave
home.
They need to pay. They needed to pay Marvin that day because he was the advertiser. Because he was walking around with everything that sells scattered all over his shirt.
He had a billboard on it. Oh, this is good. Yeah. Corn dogs is good. Corn on the car. Hot dogs is good. Chili dogs is better.
I think it took him 2 bites to get rid of that corn dog. Was that long? He would get through with it in 2 bites.
There was some cheese for some nachos, if I'm not mistaken, too, wasn't it?
One of my deacons told me one time. He said he told him at church. He said, I saw Marvin at a football game, and he had a hot dog between every one of his fingers.
It ain't how much it costs to get. I tell you what, Marvin can spend all these concerts have done gone out of sight. To get into a concert nowadays for anybody. In fact, Donald Shapps was watching a little bit earlier, and Donald told me they went to see Willie not long ago over somewhere in Georgia, Valdosta.
Yes. Let me tell you. Go ahead. I'll tell you something on the backside of that.
And he said it was like $69 for and that was a decent seat for Willie, but some of these tickets are, even higher than that. But it ain't with Marvin, it ain't how much the ticket costs to get in, it's how much does he spend at the concession stand while he is there. Because I guarantee you, if it's stopping at $69.95 to get in to see Willie, he'll eat more than he'll listen to Willie's $69 worth.
But listen, Marvin's an entrepreneur too now. You gotta understand now. Marvin is a concession. He's a concession genius.
True.
He is he's a what do you call it?
A crook.
He's a connoisseur. But now he can create things. And Marvin is another thing. Marvin is always about the money. But Marvin telling this story about at the football game, they're selling these big old dill pickles. You get about a big old 5-gallon jug or whatever. Dill pickles. I don't know what they said, $3, $4, $5 piece for the dill pickle. Well, it's got all that juice. Still got the dill pickle juice. Marvin said he had some little old cups, like some little old shot glass cups like that. He was selling pickle juice for like $1 a shot. I said he used not to charge that much up at the Plantation Club for Tom Collins.
Hey, and what we do too, Floyd, we put them in them little old, like condiment cups, like ketchup come in, and we freeze them, and we call them pickle pops. We freeze them.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Pickle pop.
Man, he's a mogul. I'm telling you,
what were you gonna say on the backside of Willie Nelson deal?
Oh, Willie Nelson, but let me go down here to my sister Vicky Clenny. I got to tell that story. We was at a cow show eating, and they had gone to Stripling's and got a bunch of sausage. And you know me and sausage, we like.
Start putting the story back now. Y'all at the cow show where?
Where?
I think it was in Perry, Georgia.
The cow show. Y'all had took the group. Your children were showing cows. Tell the story now. Slow down, Marvin. Easy down. You skip it.
We're missing a hoe to the end of the road.
You trying to get out to the end of the road before you hoe it out. Now you got to hoe your row as you go, Marvin. So now ease back now. Now set it up and tell the story. Or do you want me to tell it? Oh, you tell the story, Marvin. You tell it. I know the story.
So our family and their family and some more families were showing cows in Perry, Georgia. And we got out there and we're doing some cooking in betwixt the showing. Because that's our second favorite hobby. Well, my favorite hobby, their second favorite with eating. And so Trent Clenny stopped and got a bunch of sausage at Stripling's. And you know me, I mean, I'm not ashamed to go and start sampling and be the first one at the grill. You understand that, don't you? And so I grab a piece of sausage and I hunker down on it and swoop it down like a can of anus. It was full-fledged jalapeno sausage. No idea that it was jalapeno sausage.
Was it smoked sausage or fresh jalapeno?
It was smoked jalapeno sausage, and it lit me up.
Let me ask you this now. You still skipping a beat there. Did Mr. Clenny say here we got some good mild or medium off the grill here? Try you one of them there, Marvin.
Yeah, I think that's what they did. Yeah,
in fact, I think he got the man at the meat place to wrap that super hot in like a mild wrapper.
So you remember more of the story than I do.
I know the story.
So they set Marvin up.
The information. Whereas you start hopscotching with the story.
That was a full total setup right there now.
Set you up.
Yeah.
But everybody happy. Everybody was all in good fun. Everybody having a big time. We love one another. You know, your mouth on fire. It wasn't no big deal.
Hey,
it lit you up.
Go back to Willie Nelson. Yeah, it lit me up in more ways than one. Willie Nelson. We'll go back to Willie Nelson. The weekend he was there, my daughter had to go and do class at Valdosta State University. She said, Daddy, get me a hotel room. She has to spend the Friday night because she's got class on or early Saturday morning. Normally we get her one there at the Hampton Inn. They're about $100 a night. Willie was in town. It was a sellout concert. Cheapest room I could find in Valdosta, Georgia was almost $350.
Whoa.
So she had to go 12 miles down the road to another little old town and stay there. So
I guarantee you, if you stay within 30 miles of that racetrack this weekend up there, Talladega, Roach Motel and all, the cheapest thing you'll find is $2 a night. That's a Roach Motel. Something like a Hampton or something like that would be $400.
Good Lord, have mercy. Unreal.
They do it.
I don't know though, Charlie. Do them kind of does the po folks still go to the races?
Oh yeah, that's one place they'll go because I think it's because more of the party atmosphere than it is actually going for the car race.
Oh, the car race don't mean nothing.
What I'm talking about is the po folks still go to the car races.
They'll get the infield places in the infield. They'll camp in there. Yeah. Not like it used to be. I mean, you got to understand, they have cut down on the seating up there. There's no back straightaway. And they cut down on some and made more seats bigger. They cut it down to where it don't seat but like 120,000.
Well, that's why they can say they got a full house. If they go back
there, you go.
If they go back to let them race
up with advertising, so you can't see them. They cover them up. It's all smoke and mirrors.
If they go back to the way it used to be, where the fastest car actually won the car race, and let them race and wreck and don't have to go to anger management and take all these kind of appeals and counseling and all that, you'd see NASCAR come back instead of having to do all this other stuff. Listen, I knew NASCAR was on the way out when they had to bring in dirt to make Bristol exciting. No, that ain't.
The day Dale Earnhardt got killed, I said NASCAR is going down from him.
You're right.
It's the other way, and they're no more. Just like we talked about this on the program, and you folks up on Martha's Vineyard will not understand this, but we have characters in our lives. There's characters over in Colquitt, Georgia. There's characters in Headland. All these different towns have their characters. Race car drivers once upon a time were characters.
Yeah.
We don't have any more characters in that business, and unfortunately, the characters that we talk about on this program, folks that influenced us, show enough characters through the years, you can't find many of them left. But in racing, running the moonshine, the different storylines that was going on, it was interesting, could hold everybody's attention. Now it's a bunch of kids that learn to race on a computer at the house doing this right here. And the only reason they're racing is because their daddy, somebody is rich and goes to somebody and goes to a, let's just say Richard Childress, I got $6 million here. You gonna drive my car, boy. You gonna drive my car. It's all about that right there.
You know, you're talking about characters. I did the funeral for a character of Miller County today, Dr. Howard Small, the dirt doctor. Now,
you did.
He was a character. Now, I will tell you. He was a character.
Yep.
I told him today what Floyd said, that he did not rust out. He wore out. 89 years old.
That's right. He wore out. He dang so did.
Years old. He was a character. They don't make them like him no more.
No.
At one time, he was the oldest crop consultant in the state of Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah. And listen to this one. This blew my mind. At 27 years old, hold on, there he goes again. Queasel off again. There he goes. Jumping off again.
Are you doing it?
27 years old. Listen to this. He was married, had a young'un, and completed his PhD from Purdue University.
Wow.
27 years old, married with a young'un, and had a PhD from Purdue University.
Wow.
You never had to know where you.
First time I saw him, Jerry Grimsley brought him down here from North Carolina, and we didn't. Nobody. I was farming then. Nobody never heard of no crop consultant or anything like that. And that man got up and went to talking and telling this and telling that. Man, they folks they lined up to sign up to get him to check the crops out for him. But he was an interesting fella, and everybody liked him. I don't know of anybody that didn't like Howard Small. Howard was a likable kind of fella. He never did bother nobody. He never did get in nobody's business. He was just a good guy. I guess what you could say about Howard Small. And he was, like you say, Marvin, he did not rust out. He wore out. There ain't no telling how many 100,000 miles he walked behind planters.
They had a picture of him. He was on a walker in the middle of a peanut field.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yep. That's how much he loved it, though. He loved what he did.
He sure did.
Right about that. He loved what he did. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. He was not originally from Colquitt. He'd been there since 1972. But now he loved Colquitt, Georgia. That was home. He loved.
He donated. He donated a lot of his time to things in Colquitt. He sure did. Now he was a number one volunteer there for a lot of causes in Colquitt, Georgia. So what?
He was. Hey guys, Spooner Ranch Services. 229-254-6089. That's the number to call. Been in business since 1998. Custom ag services, driveways, fencing, gates, whatever you need in that area, they can handle it for you. Look at there, what a nice barbed wire fence. Look at there, what a nice entrance gate to your farm or to your property. Look right here, what another nice gate made out of metal, fabricated out of metal with wire in the middle. Also he's a professional driveway man, can do ag services, fencing, and driveways. I promise you it will be worth the call. Get him to come out and take a look at what you got, your job. He'll give you an estimate. And I promise you, if you hire him to do the job, you will not be disappointed. You will be satisfied. Spooner Ranch Services, Iron City, Georgia. Been in business since 1998. 229-254-6089 is the number to call. Hey, he'll help you out of a tight. He'll do it right. Spooner Ranch Services, Iron City, Georgia. Hey, guys, I need to go on into the trivia time here. Trivia time brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia. 109 West College Street, to be exact, right there on the southwestern corner. Drop by and see Miss Vicky. Tell her you want some embroidery done. Bring your item in. She'll embroider it for you. She's got a catalog. If you want to order any custom items, she can get anything you want, and she'll do it first class. All kind of gifts, all kinds of custom apparel, caps, anything in anything at all that you need in that line to promote your business or whatever it might be. Go by and see her. She will hook you up. And tonight's winner will receive a Charlie Platt the Dirt Road Sports Show licensed, logoed enamel car tag. Compliments of Southern Hissy Fits on the Square. All right, here's our trivia question. Year, make, and model. Year, make, and model. Year, make, and model. How about it, Queasel? You're an automobile man. You know what it is?
That's for my day.
Whoa. Before your day.
That's right. Before I was old enough to work on them.
Oh, okay.
That was a ride. Now let me tell you, honey. When you got in that thing and crunk it up, they folks know you had they saw you when you drove up. If you come up in that unit right there.
Did you ever ride, Floyd?
Yeah, what now?
Did you ever ride in one of those?
No, never did ride one of them.
I didn't either.
That ain't riding, man. No, man, I ain't never rode in one of them things. I've been ride, man. I didn't know what riding was unless you was in a pickup truck with 3 on the column, man.
That thing was heavy. I bet you two of the Dixie Darlings couldn't try to steal that by pushing it up on the low boy, couldn't they, Floyd?
Get that down. I ain't no tell you what that thing weighed.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Lord have mercy. That was metal. That was not plastic.
That was one Queasel and Marvin that Dick Spancake was he was the agent for. He sold that was one of the models that he represented. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. Look at this unit here. Now this one here has the extra large ashtray and fully inflated spare tire.
Yes.
Upper and jack.
Honest to God.
Honest to God.
Honest to God.
All right. Nobody here has gotten it yet. Now I do have it. Carl Cressman has got the right one. He's got the wrong year. He texted me, but he's got the right one, but he's got the wrong year. But nobody here on the comments is anywhere close.
Yeah.
On my comments, I've got Ford Thunderbird.
Oh no.
Or Cadillac.
No. Nope, not that.
I love them old cars, man. They used to make cars. You could tell you knew what it was. Now you make a car, you don't even know what it is. But
they all look the same.
Like that. Now let me tell you something. When you pulled up and right there, ooh, mercy.
That shook the ground when it rolled up.
Now look here, you can spin off. It's got the white walls are so big you can spin off and leave a white streak.
Let me ask you this, Floyd. Did anybody in Colquitt, Georgia, own one of those?
I never saw one.
I don't think they did. I don't ever remember anybody having one.
They supposed to own that make, but it didn't. It wasn't like that. Listen, man, these folks in Colquitt, Georgia. I mean, folks that had money, they wasn't gonna drive around in no car like that, unless it was somebody that made whiskey or something like that. Then they had plenty of money. Somebody up in Blickett County might have had one.
Yeah, because I don't remember, but I remember one being from out of town that would come through and get gas, and you'd run, see who could get to the.
Yeah, he done. He's dropping again. I don't know what's wrong.
He freezes up. He goes. They try to say thanking something, and the Lord muted him. That's what he's doing.
That's what it's the Lord doing.
And Miss Marvin. Marvin flipped me out. I don't know what Marvin got going wrong with me.
All right, let's see. Nobody on here has got it. I got a manual hair Chevy Barrel Air convertible. That's
man, please
he better stick with dead folks.
Carl.
What did Carl say it was?
Well, he's still got the wrong year, but he's got the right model.
Why don't we give it to Carl? Let's give Carl a tag. He's closer than anybody. We done stumped him.
All right. Carl had he had a 58 and then he had a 57.
He's all over it, yeah.
DeSoto, but it was a 1959 DeSoto.
Mm-hmm.
How many more years did they make cars after that, Floyd?
I think that was it. I think that wound them up right there. I think.
Yep. I don't remember. That was for my day.
Yep. I think that
I wasn't even born to the next year.
I knew somebody had about a 55 or 56 DeSoto, big old 4-door car. Man, that thing was big as I don't know what. I bet that thing probably get 5 miles to a gallon of gas. But hey, man, they make gas what 20-something gallons. So
well, it had a motor that was 12 foot long in it.
He pull up there and say, "Hey, fill it up and pump about $5 well out on the ground."
Did Bear Calhoun never had one of them?
No.
He wouldn't have bought. Do you think Bear Calhoun gonna buy gas for a car like that? Man,
you couldn't ride all weekend on $2 worth on that one.
No,
ride around the square. He rode one night. He rode a tank of gas out of my Mustang down there in Birmingham one night. I had rode off with somebody else, and I left my Mustang with Barrett. He'd go to Chandler's. He'd go around the courthouse. Then he'd come back around, and he'd circle back through Chandler's. Then he'd go back around the courthouse square. Do that. He burned up probably a half a tank of gas. He had a good time. He was seeing that to McCarter. I guarantee he was in good hands, man.
Did he drive it fast?
No, man. He cruising.
About 15 miles an hour fast. You saw
the window down with it. Had his arm hanging out the window. That was a 65 fastback Mustang he was in, man. He was rolling.
Did my cousin Frog, did he ever do fast driving?
No, he couldn't drive fast. I got behind him one night. I got behind him. We were coming from Bangladesh, and I slipped up behind him. I had that old big Thunderbird. It had a big old rubber thing on the front bumper there. And I cut out. I knew it was him. Because I was at the store there in El Dorado when I seen him come back. He was headed toward Copper. I was at the store. Me and Nadine was together. We were courting then. I said, "That goes Frog." I said, "Watch this." Anyway, I seen him come by. He was in his Camaro. Frog was in his Camaro. And he come by with his Camaro. Boy, he cruised on. I got him in that Thunderbird. I switched the headlights off when I come out of El Dorado. I was at the store there in El Dorado. Libation store, if you will. I know that's what y'all were waiting on. Anyway, when I pulled out, I got behind Frog. But headlights cut off. I said, "He's right up there too." Just smooth like it. And I got to pushing him with that Thunderbird, his old Camaro. He switched around like he hit the brake light. He said he put it up in neutral. He said I took my foot off the foot feed. He said it keep going. I got him up to about 85 or 90 mile an hour. I turned him loose. I switched my lights on, pulled up right side of him. I see him. He was waving. Yeah.
He didn't care, did he?
Oh, he didn't care. That was the fastest he ever been in his life. He thought he had a hand in it. Wait a minute.
Oh, hey, Queasel, tell them about our friends.
Man, this is the place to be. Hunting season about over with. I think turkey season's still in a little bit. They got everything you need but a turkey up there. They got the gun, they got the ammunition, they got all the different kind of, they even got some blinds up there. Whatever you might need, they got it. Any kind of hunting gun. But hey, now's the time to be getting ready for bird season coming up. For long, I know it's just now fitting to be the end of April, but before you know it, September will be here. So you might need to going up there and looking around, because you might be like the rest of some of us working folk. you want to buy a gun, you need to start saving up for it now. So go out there and pick you one up, get to saving up for hunting season. If you need personal protection, if you need to protect your family, they got any kind of handgun you want. A huge selection of handguns, personal protection, long guns, ammunition. If you don't know what the kind of gun to get, they can answer any questions you have about it. Good people, very knowledgeable about whatever it is you want. If by chance they were not to have something you wanted, they can get it very quick for you. Biggest selection of guns you're going to find anywhere around here. Step right next door, and you got Phillips Auto Part, all the oil filters, lubes, anything you need for your car, your farm equipment, your trucks, anything you need in that line, they might have it. They got all your hydraulic fluids that you need for your farming operation. Want to keep that truck looking shiny. Got to keep it shiny. Got to keep it looking good. All the car cleaning, polishing, waxing, all that stuff. They got that lazy folks wax now that used to you had to wax a car, you have to rub it on and wait for it to dry and then rub it back off and you'd be give out when you got through. Now they just got stuff you spray on there and just wipe it. Got all that kind of stuff and got a gift section for the ladies, but they are the home of the world-renowned, fabulous Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grill. They got the rabbit pellets to go with it, adding new flavors, rabbit pellets every day. Go see them. Holster 9, Phillips Auto Parts, 27 South, just off the square, right under those two big American flags.
Hey, Floyd.
Yeah.
Tell them about, and I want you to go ahead and tell them because I know you cut a commercial today during our deal, but tell them about our friends, the Etheridges up in Baker County, Georgia.
LAE Farm right there, man. They are in the blueberry business. Me and Nadine went up there today, and we visited with them up there. They just started picking, I think, either today or yesterday, started picking those blueberries. And if y'all saw my little promo deal this afternoon announcing the show, y'all saw what we had, what they had up there. We got us a box full, just as the absolute best blueberries I have ever put in my mouth. $25 for a 5-pound box, freshly harvested right there grown in Baker County, Georgia. That's some of the bees that pollinate the blueberries up there. But we got us a box, and we brought them home, and I tell you what we've done. We made us a blueberry cobbler this afternoon with those blueberries, and that is one forevermore good thing. We used a cup of sugar, a cup of milk, a cup of flour, and a stick of butter. And y'all know the drill. Everybody out there is listening made these little cobblers like this before, but we put those fresh blueberries in there, and I'm telling you what, honey, it is some kind of fine. Good folks up there. They're gonna be picking blueberries from now right on through April and right on through Memorial Day. So y'all check them out if you want you some good homegrown fresh Baker County blueberries. None better than right up there at LAE Farms. They right there on Travelers Rest Road, right down there past the nursery there, the Oak Pond Nursery. You can't miss them. Go see Mr. Etheridge in there. You'll be Alan Etheridge and those fine ladies that work in there with him. Pull in there at the nursery, and that's where you can pick your blueberries up right there. Y'all go see them up there in Baker County and Newton, Georgia. You will not be disappointed in the quality of those blueberries.
Hey, Charlie, I know I normally get him to do it, but do Ziggy B's tonight for us, if you will.
I'll do it. You won't find any fresher or better seafood anywhere in the tri-state wiregrass area than at Ziggy B's over in Colquitt, Georgia. Let me tell you, 208 West Main Street. This is just an example of what you'll see every time you go in there. You'll see all kind of catfish. You'll see great shrimp, oysters, and of course, great different types of fish, different types of crabs, crab legs. You'll find it all. Ziggy B's. They got some great slabs of fish, fillets that will do good on the grill, do good on the stove top. If you want to have a fish fry, She's got everything you need for it, and she will steam that seafood for you. Some of the best steamed shrimp I have ever eaten in my life. In fact, that's the place I go. When I want steamed shrimp, I make the trip over to Ziggy B's in Colquitt, Georgia. On mine, she uses a lot of Old Bay and a touch of garlic. She turned me on to that. That is some of the finest shrimp you'll ever eat. Ziggy B's Seafood, Thursday through Saturday. 208 West Main, Colquitt, Georgia. See them tomorrow.
Hey guys, y'all know who our friend is. TC Berryhill, proprietor in general, Berryhill Auctioneers, world-class company, www.berryhillauctioneers.com. Mr. TC has been with us since day one, and he is our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of Floyd's List of Impossibilities and a whole lot more.
Impossibilities. Back with y'all again tonight. Impossibilities that Al Gore or John Kerry have ever turned their air conditioning off, walked or rode a bicycle anywhere, or downsized any one of those homes that they have to a smaller home. Impossibility that there is a lazier human being on earth than Bernie Sanders.
Wait, whoa, you got to tell the story on that.
Yeah, well, you got to rerun that one.
No, you got to tell the backstory why there's nobody lazy.
Oh, there's nobody. He's the laziest human being on the face of the earth. He is the only person on earth that has ever got thrown out of a hippie commune for being lazy. A hippie commune. They threw him out. But he's a United States senator, man. Vermont. Now that's some intelligent people in Vermont. And he's been there forever. He ain't going nowhere. The only way he gonna get out is they roll him out the door foot first. That's the only way. Impossibility that anything could be a more beautiful sight than seeing the United Nations building being imploded and hauled off in dumpsters. You want me to repeat that? I need to repeat that with them folks up there in Martha's Vineyard. Impossibility that anything could be a more beautiful sight than seeing the United Nations building imploded and hauled off in dumpsters. Impossibility. Y'all hear about Joe Biden? Joe Biden is giving a speech. Y'all hear about what? He gave a speech somewhere to some old stupid people, and they paid him $300, or anyway, Joe said they paid him $300,000 to give a speech. $300,000 to give a speech. Impossibility that you could pay Joe Biden to go to the Talladega racetrack in the field and make a speech.
He wouldn't go for $300,000.
He wouldn't go for $1 million.
No.
To Talladega and make a speech in the infield. Impossibility that Hillary Clinton's drawers smell like anything other than a pot of scorched chitlins. So like I say. I'm sorry about
I got a question. How's our onions coming along?
Onions coming along good. I do want to make a report. Our professor of produce couldn't be on tonight. They got tied up in Dothan over there. I think they had a doctor's appointment or something, and they called me. And we've missed him 2 times in a row, 2 weeks in a row. Last time was my fault, but he couldn't be with us tonight. But we're gonna get caught up. The onions, I understand, are coming along good out there at Charles Pickles' place. The onions have been harvested, and they're doing good. I think they got them curing out now, so the onions will be ready. The other thing is that I was, and maybe we'll show this next week about the tomato planting and that kind of stuff. Maybe we can talk about that next week, Martin, if we can. But it's coming along good out there. Sure is. He just ain't feeling good tonight and couldn't be on us.
I want to say congratulations and thank the good Lord for y'all's rain over there. Although we didn't get it, y'all did. Y'all were blessed with it. And it looks kind of slim to none chances of rain over the next 7 days. But guess what? The chances are 100% it's going to feel about like summertime every afternoon if you get out there in it. If you're going to be out there a lot, don't forget your little bit of sunscreen. If you kind of got fair skin, if you're going to be out working in the yard, fishing, whatever you may be doing, overnight temperatures, as you can see, anywhere from 63 to 66 degrees. Daytime highs very uniform, anywhere from 87 to 89. Thanks to Kelly Crop Insurance for doing our weather each and every Thursday night. And quickly, I know we run way over. I'll quickly say thank y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning us in. Good to have Marvin back tonight, although we were kind of afraid he wasn't going to be here. We thought he might be off somewhere trying on a dress or something to audition for a Pope job or something like that. But obviously he's not going to do that. Thank goodness. And we'll have him around here for a while. But we appreciate y'all watching. Continue to pray for this nation, for our president, all the leaders, and we'll see you folks next Thursday night. Queasel?
Well, all I'm going to say is I love y'all and see you next week, because if I say anything else, Marvin will cut me off. Go ahead, Floyd.
Thank you, Queasel. Hey, you did good tonight, man. Hey, you was like the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
In and out.
Look here. Exercise yourself with like-minded people, and at night when you lay down and go to sleep with your head on that pillow, you start thanking God Almighty above for what He's done for you today. The first thing, if you got a good rain today, you need to thank Him for that rain that He
Yes,
sent
sir.
your way. But do that, and you'll go to sleep, and you'll still be thanking Him. And if you got an old person in your life who's by themselves, or if you got an old couple in your life that live by themselves, call them, check on them. Don't wait till tomorrow. Go ahead and call them right now. Say, I'm just thinking about you. Is there anything I can do for you? It'll mean the world to those people, to them people, because they love you. And Lord knows, one of these days you're going to wake up and they ain't going to be here no more. So talk to them while you can. Good night, y'all.
Hey guys, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Big shout out to Ziggy B's Seafood Market, Sawega Meat Company, TK's Bar and Grill, Phillips Auto Parts and the Holstered 9, LAE Farms, Shingler Law, Spooner Ranch Services, Custom Cattle Services, Southern Hissy Fits, Berry Hill Auctioneers, and Kelly Crop Insurance, our sponsors here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show Live. You know, I'm going to tell you, go to church Sunday. Go to church and give the Lord His due. Our scripture for the day, it's ironic. I pulled up this scripture for the day, and it's the exact scripture I used today at Howard Small's funeral. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot. We must accept that sovereign word from God, knowing that there's a season for everything. Hey, guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you joining us here every Thursday night. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise. We'll be right back here next week. Well, there goes Queasel one more time. I don't know. Oh, can't even. Anyway, hey, we're getting to the creek don't rise. We'll be right back here next week. More Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter where you go, no matter who you go with, no matter what you do, no matter, and most especially if you wearing cabbage scented underwear, ridiculous.